Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve day 7 problem on LeetCode. If you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. So let's read the problem statement first. So in this problem, we have given a string S and we have to sort it in this decreasing order based on the frequency of the characters. And the frequency of a character is the number of times it appears in the string. And we have to return the sorted string, and if there are multiple answers then we have to return just any of them. Okay, so this is example 1. So in this, input S is given as tree. Okay, so first to solve this problem we are going to count the frequencies of each character in our string. Okay, so once we count the frequencies of each character, what we get the frequency of E as 2, T and R both have frequency 1. Okay, so what is the character which is having the greater frequency? So this E is having frequency as 2. So since this is E is appearing 2 times, then we have to print it first. Then after that we are going to print R, T or TO and R. Okay, so it doesn't matter. So here see this explanation. So E appears twice while R and T both appear once. So E must appear before R and T. Okay, and therefore this EERT or this EETR both are the valid answers. So we have to just return any one of them. Okay, in this case. And here in this input string, as you can see that capital A is also there. Okay, so here read this constant. So S consists of uppercase and lowercase English letters and digits. Okay, so now to solve this problem we are going to use this ASCII chart. So here in this ASCII chart, it is starting from this 0 index, right? It is starting from this 0 index and it is ending here at 127. Okay, so what is the total count? Total count is going to be 128 now for this ASCII, right? Because it is starting from 0 and ending with 127, so total count is 128 because of this 0. Okay, so here in this ASCII, you know this character, this is the character A, this is character A, and this is its decimal value. Okay, 97. And this is character B and this is its decimal value. Okay, so based on these decimal values we are going to find our character. Okay, based on these decimal values in later part of our problem. Okay, so this problem is very simple, just 20 to 25 lines of code. So now without any delay, let's get started with our code. So first this is a string as given to us. Okay, so in order to solve this problem, let's first convert this string to char array. So to convert this string to char array, we have to create one character array. Okay, so how we are going to create this char array? So just write like this char, and here this is a character array. Okay, this is our character array, and in this character array we are going with this new this is a string given as S, and we are going to change it to char array. So this is how we are going to change this string to char array. Okay, so this is step 1. Now we have converted our string to char array. Now after that I am going to create one frequency array in which I am going to store the frequencies of each character in our string. Okay, so for A I am going to store the frequency in this 97 place, in this 97 index. Okay, and for B I am going to store the values at this 98 index. For capital A, I am going to store the values at this 65 index. Okay, so I am going to use these indexes for storing the count of frequencies for each characters in our string. So in order to do that, I have to create one frequency array. Okay, and you also know what is the size of our frequency array. Size of frequency array is 128. Okay, since they are total 128 indexes, so I am going to write like this, new int, and here inside that I am passing the size as 128. Okay, now this is done. 2 steps are done. Then our third step is going to be find the frequency of each characters. So for that I am going to run one for each loop. Okay, for character, this ch character in our string. Okay, or you can say characters array. In this characters array, this characters array. Okay, now I am going one by one over each character. Okay, so here I am going to increment the frequency of this particular character every time whenever I am encountering it. Okay, so that's it. Frequency ch plus plus. Okay, so this is our third step. Now our fourth step is going to be run one for int I loop for each element in for each character in our string. Okay, for each character in our string I'm going to run one for int I loop. Okay, for int I is equal to 0, it is starting from 0 and it is going until this our length. What is the length of these characters? Okay, so characters dot length, and here inside this for loop I'm not going to increment the value of I. Okay, I will tell you later on where I'm going to increment it. Okay, so once I write this for loop, and after that I'm creating one char variable max char, and I am taking this first character as the maximum character. Okay, so what does this mean? Character of 0. So I am assuming that this is the character which is occurring most times in our string. Initially I am assuming that this t is the character which is occurring most of the times in our string. Okay, so this is what I am assuming in this step. Char max char as characters of 0. That is this first, for this example this first 0 index. Okay, so I am here thinking that let's take this character because its frequency is the most among other characters in the same string. Okay, this is what I am assuming here, and after that I am going to run one j loop, and this j loop is going from this 0 index until this 127. So I am going to write like this: for int j is equal to 0, j is less than 128, j plus plus, and inside this I am checking if frequency of j, okay, if frequency of this 0, let's say first, is greater than the frequency of the character that I am storing here, max char. Okay, so this is what I'm checking here in this step. If this is greater, then I'm updating the max char value with this j, and I am converting it to char. Okay, so here j is some numeric value, so here j is like this. For e, j is like this 101. Okay, so when I write char like this, so it is going to consider e. Okay, initially j is 101. Okay, I'm just taking one example. If j is 101, then max char is going to be e. Okay, so this is what happening. That is why I'm using char here. Okay, so in this for loop I am going to find the maximum frequency of a character in our string. So if I get that the maximum frequency is for this e element, then after that I'm going to write one while loop. Okay, this for loop is for sorting, and once I find the maximum char, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to run one while loop, and in while loop I am going to check, I'm going to run this while loop until this frequency of max char becomes 0. Okay, if this frequency is not equal to 0, then in that case I am going to, in this is one array characters. Okay, in this characters array, okay, I am going to add the value of this I initially is 0, characters of I am updating it with the max char value. Okay, and once I updated this max char, okay, so one position is filled. Now after that I have to increment the I, because I am not incrementing the I here in this for loop. So here once characters of I is max char, then after that I am incrementing the value of I plus plus, and after that I am going to decrement the value of frequency of max char. minus minus. Okay, so this is done. Then after that, in the end, I am just going to return the new string, which is the combination of the characters, which is combination of these characters. Okay, this characters array. Okay, so now I write like this, and let's run our code and see if there are any issues with our code, so we can resolve them. Okay, so awesome. So all the test cases has been accepted and there are no issues with our code. Now let's submit it. Great. So our solution is accepted and it beats 100% of users with Java. Great. So runtime is just 2 milliseconds. So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem. So here, quick recap. I am going here creating one characters array. Okay, and after that I am creating one frequency array. Okay, for these ASCII values. So here I am going to store the frequencies of each character. Then I am going to iterate over each character in the characters one by one, and then I am going to update the frequencies of each character. So once I updated the frequencies, then after that I am going one by one in this string for each character. For int I is equal to 0, so initially I considered max char as this t, and after that I compare the frequencies of this t with the frequencies of all the j's here. Okay, so whatever the greatest frequency that I found, I have updated the max char with that, and after that I have run one while loop. In this while loop will continue until this frequency becomes 0. So once this frequency becomes 0, it is going to add all the values in the new characters. Okay, so after that, once it has added all the values, it is going to update its frequency to 0. Okay, so that in the next time we are going to find the second highest frequency. Okay, so it is also decrementing the frequency. That is why we are decrementing the frequency here. Okay, so that next time it is going to find the second highest frequency for the second character in our string. Okay, so this is what we are doing in our code. I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem. If you guys still have any question, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Thank you. Bye bye. Meet you in the next video.